You ever wonder why people are so clueless? I told myself I wasn't going to start talking about bullshit because yesterday took so goddamn long because I did nothing to talk about bullshit. But I'm just amazed at how some people are just completely clueless. Like going through some of these DoorDash posts on the DoorDash group pages and stuff, or Grubhub, or Uber Eats, or whichever one, or Uber. These drivers, you can tell, you can just tell that the majority of these drivers do this job because they're unemployable. By their attitude towards everything. Now listen, I will be the first to tell everybody that I don't take non-pre-tipped orders, and I explain why. And it's not because it's a luxury service, it's not because I'm entitled to extra money just for doing my job. It's because I always ensure, I mess up, but I always ensure that you get good service. You get communication when something's going wrong, takes too long. Again, I don't always, make sure I'm on top of that, but I do my best. And if I fuck something up, you bet your ass I'm going to go fix it, even if I have to pay for it. Because why? That's the proper thing to do. This is my business. I will make sure it's done properly. So if I fuck up, if I forget your drinks and the restaurant's too far away and it's something like a fucking pop, I'm going to go to the gas station and get you a Polar Pop. I'm going to take my time to do that. Or I'm going to head back to the restaurant if I can. Something like Taco Bell with their stupid freezies or whatever they have, their icy pop things. Or a smoothie at Panera. I'm going to go back and get it. At least I'm going to offer to. I'm going to say, I really apologize. It's my fault. I completely forgot it. I will head back to the restaurant and get it for you right now. And I would say probably 75 to 80% of the time the customers, don't worry about it. I'll just get it credited to my account. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And the reason I do that is twofold. One, I know how customer service works. I've been in customer service for a long time, and it's the right thing to do. And this is part of the reason why I don't usually stay at the jobs that I'm at, is because I have a higher customer service standard than most of the places that I work. I never expect the places that I work to go over the top and do things they shouldn't have to do because a customer is whining and bitching because they're mad. Like, thanks. Like when I worked in car dealerships, I'm not going to sit there and the customer doesn't like the price, so he thinks he should get a discount. Well, I bought the car here, I should have to pay full price, and that's not how it works. I had, people believe things should be under warranty even when it's their fault. I only got 20,000 miles on my car, I shouldn't need new front brakes. Well, I watched you pull in here and you're slamming on the brake every time you step on the pedal. That's not the car manufacturer's fault. I had an old man come in with 3,000 miles on his car. I completely didn't go over my spiel, which is my fault, but it doesn't change the fact that what was the problem wasn't under warranty. He parks his car next to a tree, which that doesn't matter. But I've been parking my Cadillac for 40 years in that same spot, and I never had this problem before. It's your Honda. That's the problem. Well, a mouse chewed through one of his evaporation tubes or something. Something to do with his, I can't remember, it was like 6 years ago. 7, 8 years ago. But a mouse chewed through a hose. A mouse chewed through a hose. And we even showed him. And he still blamed Honda. How'd that mouse get in there? That had been Honda's fault. There's something in there in the Honda that made that mouse attracted to it. What? So obviously there are things that are out of my control, that I can't fix for you. But if it's my fault, if I fuck something up, or we fuck something up as the business, it's our responsibility to fix it. These drivers that have fucked up this entire industry of delivery services, because it's their fault that this is fucked up. We have gas price problems. People are going back out. It's summertime. It's a lot of factors. Inflation. There's a lot of factors that are making this not as profitable as it was. But the main factor, contributing factor, is all these entitled ass drivers jumping onto TikTok and Facebook and making all these posts, acting like you have to tip them for them to even budge their car. Now, granted, I do the same thing, but these are the same drivers that will bring you cold food or melted ice cream or spilled pasta. I had one yesterday. The fucking restaurant stacked 3 fucking, you know those shitty ass, thin ass aluminum bowls with the plastic lids. They just kind of pinch around the side. You know, these things are flimsy as shit. Well, these were like meatball lasagnas. That's what they were called, meatball lasagnas. These fucking, each one weighed about 2 pounds, 2-3 pounds. Maybe not 3 pounds, but they weighed about, they were heavy, okay, for what was in that container. They stacked all 3 on top, and it was fine when he handed it to me, so I set it in my hot bag, I zip it up, and I drive down there. Now this thing did not fall over, because when I opened the bag, it was still sitting straight up. Picked it up, bottom was leaking out. The fucking bottom lid collapsed. That's not my fault. That's the poor packaging job. However, it was a leave it door, but I walked up. Now, here's the problem. These entitled ass drivers who say no tip, no trip, it's a luxury service. If you want this, you should just go get it yourself then if you don't want to tip me. These are the people that would just walk up, set at the door, and leave, and then when they get the text message or the phone call, they ignore it. And they're the ones who fucking sit there on Facebook and say, never answer the call afterwards, you did your job, I don't care if something's messed up, they can call driver support and get it fixed. Well, you just got paid to do a job, and you got tipped by the customer. That's 100% your money from the customer, and you did a fucked up job, and you're ignoring them now. Thank you. That is your responsibility. That is your fault. Now, the bag spilling, not my fault, but I made sure I walked at the door. It was a leave it door. I walked at the door, I knocked on the door, and I backed up because that's the whole purpose of the no contact thing, which is kind of stupid anymore. I backed up. I kept it in my hot bag because it was leaking. I said, "Hey, I know it said leave it door, but I just want to make sure I'm not going to leave." And it's like, you know, it's 7 miles that way because it was pretty far. And I didn't, obviously I couldn't tell until I got here. I'm like, the bag didn't spill, it didn't tip over or anything, but here's the problem. I did this, every time they stack these pastas, there's this issue. So I'm going to say something next time I go there, but I want you to make sure you check this to make sure this is okay, because it was just leaking. It didn't spill over, it didn't like make a big huge mess. It was leaking enough that I had to clean out my hot bag. And it wet and tore the bottom of the bag. You could tell that lid was kind of collapsed in on it and popped off the side. All the contents were still in there. It was just now messy. So I ensured that the customer knew there was an issue, and if there was a problem with it, I would have taken it back to the restaurant on my time, because it happened on my time. It's not my fault, but it happened on my time. Therefore, it's my responsibility to fix it. It's not driver support's problem to give them a credit for the issue if it's something that I can control. Now, if this happened and I couldn't see it in the bag, you know, I can't control that. If they put the wrong fucking order in the bag and put my ticket on the front, I can't control that. Unless I know there's a difference. Like, well, they ordered like 6 sandwiches and shit from McDonald's. It says Lindsay on it, but it doesn't feel right. So it's my job to make sure either the restaurant checks it before I leave, or I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I had one. I made a video about it. I grabbed it. I took 2 orders from Arby's. The first one they handed to me, I checked the name, I put it in my hot bag. I even made sure when I saw that there was no milkshake on the counter waiting for the other order, because that was the second order, I had a milkshake and food. I looked and I'm like, hey, while we're waiting, I just want to make sure you know that this next one has a Jamocha shake. And she goes, looks at her screen, she goes, oh, you're right, good catch. I'm like, whatever. So the other lady comes over with the bag, grabs it, and picks up the bag, picks up the soft drink on the counter, and starts to hand it to me. She goes, no, 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 because she was still making the shake. She's over here. She goes, no, 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 that gets a shake. She goes, okay. So she set it down, she walks away. So she finishes the shake, she grabs the shake, grabs the bag, gives it to me. I'm like, okay, cool. Grab it, put the bag in there, so the Jamocha said, drove it, dropped off the first one, because grabbed the bag, I'm like, yep, that's Michael. Dropped off the first one, go to the second one. I grab the bag. I'm looking at it, looking at the order again, and I grab the bag. I'm like, this doesn't feel heavy enough. They have like 3-4 sandwiches and like 2 curly fries. So I go like this. It wasn't Lindsay. It was like Leslie or something like that. And I'm like, motherfucker. Whose fault is that? It's not the restaurant's. It is the restaurant's fault, but it's my fault in the end because I didn't check it. So I sent the customer a text message in their driveway. Hey, sorry, my bad. I just realized they gave me the wrong order. I didn't check to make sure the name was correct. That's my fault. I'm headed back to the store right now to get the correct order. I got back and the chick gave me $80 cash tip because I fucked up and I fixed it. She's like, you're going out of the way to make it right. I'm like, I'm just doing the proper thing. This is what we should all be doing. If we fuck up, we should be fixing it. There should be none of this whole, well, we'll just credit the customer and you still get paid for it even though you fucked up. You shouldn't get paid if you fuck it up. On an independent contractor job, if you fuck it up, you don't get paid. I was a DJ on my own. My contract specifically stated that if something goes wrong and the job cannot be completed, you will be refunded your entire amount. The only time I would keep the deposit would be if if they canceled for some reason. If they canceled the job, I would keep the deposit, which is $100 out of probably $600, $700, $800 usually. Because you plan these things at least a few months in advance. These parties, weddings up to a year, sometimes more in advance. So you book that date. Now, sometimes you can get it rebooked, but that's for my time up until that point. Going to the meeting, setting things up, doing the phone calls. Because I always met with the customers every time. So I keep the deposit. Now, if it's my fault, if something got fucked up, you got your deposit back as well. I would not keep the deposit. I think one time I did, but that's because I played the entire time, and my dumb ass listened to the husband who kept saying, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. And then my speakers blew. Because they had they had a big backyard. And they wanted me set up here for the party here. But he wanted to make sure he could hear it at the pool that was over there. So me just trying to appease the customer and thinking that my amplifier wasn't going to blow the speakers, I thought wrong. My speakers were not strong enough for the amplifier that I had. So even not redlining my amplifier caused my speakers to blow. But they didn't want the extras, the big speakers, so which I didn't have at the time. I would have bought them though if I needed them for the party, because then I would have them anyway. But yeah, so if you fuck up, you shouldn't get paid. That's what pisses me off. If the customer calls and says they want their tip back, then by all means the tip should be taken away from the driver, not just credited to their account. Because it's a tip. A tip is for good service. You do a fucked up job, you don't respond to them, you don't do any of this other shit. But then again, that would also, that's the whole problem with this service, is that the driver can lie and the customer can lie, and both do. I didn't do anything wrong. They're lying. I didn't steal their food. They're lying. Yep, I never got my food. I got the picture to prove it. Well, they must have picked it up afterwards. Customers lie, drivers lie, and that's the problem. You can't fix it. So it's kind of a iffy. Why I'm very adamant about telling customers that if you have an issue with your driver, you should always rate them poorly and be honest. 100% be honest about your driver. Okay, if the restaurant's taking too long, it's not the driver's fault. If your food is cold when they get there, it's most likely the driver's fault. If your ice cream is melted, I've seen this pisses me off. Who orders fucking ice cream for delivery? I'm like, everybody fucking does. Put it in your fucking hot bag. Hot bag. It's an insulated bag. There's a reason for it. And that's the other one, like, oh, I don't have a proper bag for that. Go buy one. This is your job. You were supposed to buy the shit that you need for the job. You're supposed to have the tools. You're an independent contractor. Because DoorDash gives you a bag doesn't mean you're entitled to more bags, or bigger bags, or better bags. Grubhub gives you 2 very nice bags. Doesn't mean you're entitled to them. They do that to help ensure that customers get good service and hot food or cold food. And the cost of 2 bags to a driver is probably less than having to pay for, credit a bunch of orders back to customers in the long run. But if you get a sheet pizza and you don't have a bag for it, that's on you. If your DoorDash bag is torn to shreds, DoorDash bags are horrible. I see drivers on here all the time. I keep an ice chest in my car. Buy those fucking Igloo coolers and you can fucking put the ice packs in them. I think that's a little bit on the extreme side, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. That's actually fine. You know, it's actually a good idea. But if you have the proper insulated bags, you really don't need to worry about it. But sometimes you get those long distance ones, which is kind of odd. You know, why would you order a sundae from Dairy Queen when you live 10 miles away? And that's almoast guaranteed, unless you have, you know, ice packs and shit. Almost guaranteed it's going to melt at least somewhat. But yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm getting sick and tired of all these jobs. I'm not making money, and it's not necessarily because I'm down here too long. It's part of it. But before, if I would get out by 1 o'clock, I could still make $180 to $200 a day. You know, if I don't get out 11:30, I'd be mad about that. I would be mad if I didn't hit $200 a day, even if I left the house about 1 o'clock after lunch. Now, if I leave at like 1, 2 o'clock, I'm hoping to make $100. That's on top of spending $15, $20, $25, $30 in gas because the gas prices now. And again, a lot of factors. Like I said, it's summertime. People are going out. People are hanging out. People are doing things, so they're not ordering as much. COVID lit up, so more people are going out. It's almost like it disappeared. The inflation and the gas prices, that does contribute to the issues. But, like I said, the main issue is people are getting fed up with asshole drivers who are entitled, thinking that they deserve a $20 tip to bring you melted ice cream, cold food, or soggy fries. Who decide they want a multi-app. Again, I'm multi-app. You bet your ass I've taken Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash at the same time. Why? Because the restaurants were either right next to each other and they were going to the same spot or on the way to the next one. You know, if it's like, here's the DoorDash pickup, here's the Uber Eats pickup, here's the Grubhub pickup, here's one of the drop-offs, here's the other drop-off, there's the other drop-off. You bet your ass I'm taking all three of those. If they're ready, whatever the first one is, takes priority over any of the other ones. So if I walk in, the Grubhub one pays more. If it pays more after I already picked my DoorDash that I was assigned to first, and I walk in to go to McDonald's, go to Chick-fil-A, like, oh, it's going to be like 10 more minutes. Nope, I'm leaving. And it pisses me off because it should have been ready. It's fucking fast food, it should have been ready. But I'm not going to make my first customer wait longer because I'm being greedy. But if it works, absolutely. I've had the same building comp. I've had from the same restaurant to the same building, like 2 different apartments in the same building, like second floor, fourth floor. Cool. From 2 different restaurants, two different apps. Or same restaurant, same apartment complex, Grubhub and DoorDash. Bet your ass I'm taking both those if they're ready. If they're ready. You know, I'm not stupid, but at the same time, you have drivers that will multi-app, and they're like, oh, cool, I got this McDonald's order, but here's a $15 one from Grubhub, from the Applebee's, 10 minutes that way. I'm going to go grab that one, and it's not ready, so they wait, and then the McDonald's is getting all shitty in the car, waiting for them, waiting the Applebee's. And then they got to drive, the Applebee's is closer to the Applebee's drop-off is closer to the Applebee's, so they go drop off the Applebee's, and then they'll drive out back this way to the McDonald's because they should just drop off the McDonald's and then went to the Applebee's. But people don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're entitled, and they think that you don't matter, even though if you weren't ordering, they wouldn't be doing it. And they're the ones who are ruining this industry. They don't even realize it. They think it's because, well, nobody's tipping anymore, so blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not tipping because you're a cocksucker. That's why. And it's other cocksuckers like you that are making them not tip me. And there's nothing I can do about it because I have no way of reporting bad drivers because I don't know who they are. The only way you can report a bad driver is if you are the customer or you're the restaurant. So if you work in a restaurant and you deal with drivers, if they are an asshat, fucking report them. The more people that block them, because you can block these people from coming. You can block drivers. If you are working in a restaurant, you're employed in a restaurant, you can block drivers from coming to your restaurant. So if you got a shitty driver in there causing a scene, being a dick, blah 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 blah, whatever, smells bad, and raggedy ass fucking clothes, looks like a fucking shit ball. You know, sorry, you should be you're doing a job. You should be presentable. At some point, I wear t-shirts and shorts, you know, or a t-shirt and jeans, but I'm presentable. I'm clean. I've seen people in fucking torn-ass shirts with their fucking love handle hanging out the back side of their fucking shirt, their ass cracks hanging out. Fucking whole body smells like fucking 10-year-old shoes, gym socks that have never been washed. I had one dude. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of him for who he is or how he looks, but he was about 6 foot tall, extremely overweight, and again, whatever. I'm not trying to body shame him or anything, but I mean, I'm down here to get in shape, but it's unhealthy, but whatever. But, I mean, he literally had a white shirt on, like an undershirt, like old. This thing was no longer even off-white anymore. You know, that's how old it was, and dingy. It was dingy, and it was like stained and dingy, and there were tears and holes in it. Like, this thing was like 10 years old that he wears every fucking day, and he smelled horrible. Like, picture like you got cats and dogs and whatever else, dirty diapers, whatever else you can fucking. Dude stunk. Like, I had to move away from him. And to top it all off, he had the biggest fucking wad of dip in his mouth that I've ever seen. Ever. Okay, and that's even taking the fucking stereotypical bullshit, you know, satire shit you see on TV, you know, with the hill jacks and shit. But dude, super fucking huge wad of dip. Like, it took up his whole fucking cheek, and it was coming out of his fucking mouth. It was on his lips. You know, he had to, like, whenever he spoke, because the fucking shit was coming out of his mouth. It was disgusting. And if you fucking walked up to my house with my food, I would say, take that fucking shit back right now. I am not accepting that. If I saw somebody, same thing, you walked into a restaurant and that was your server, if that was your server at a restaurant, you would fucking get up and walk away. Why would you allow your drivers to look like that? I don't like this whole leave it door thing. I don't mind it. It's kind of cool, so I don't have to wait for you. So, awesome. That's the only good side about it, is I don't gotta wait for you. But then again, 99% of the customers before the whole leave it door thing, before COVID, were waiting closer to the door. And they knew, because you get notifications. Knock on the door, within like 20 seconds, you were at the door. Now people don't know if they even have it set for handing to them or if it's at the door. So I'm like, you knock, you knock, you knock. I'm here, do you want me to just leave the door? Oh yes, please. Fuck, just respond to me, Jesus. Check your app. But yeah, I'm telling you right now, if every order was a hand-to-me order like it's supposed to be, like it should be, like it used to be, these drivers that look like shit, smell like shit, have 13 fucking dogs in their car. Sarah is some big hill jack motherfucker because he's driving for his girlfriend. Be like, I'm sorry, you're not my driver. Oh, it's my girlfriend. Where's your girlfriend? She's at home. Not your fucking account. Now granted, you can subcontract. I'm not sure how that actually works. I know they have to actually be approved by DoorDash. That's the thing. If you're not the driver assigned to my order and you're delivering my food, I'm kind of iffy on, are you allowed to be driving? Do you have a license? Did you pass the background check? I don't know this shit. You're not Sarah. So there's a whole bunch of fucking shit. People just, they think they're entitled to do whatever the fuck they want. And when you allow them to do it and still pay them, then they become lazy and all the other shit. So it's obnoxious and stupid, and it's fucking up the entire industry. And I had to rant about that because I'm tired of going out and only making $80 while spending more on gas than I should be. It's leg day. Maybe just do that because I got to work myself up. Oh, now I'm all pissed off. Keep my blood flowing. How did I get on day 4? Today is Saturday, right? That's weird. I don't remember putting this on top. This was day 5. It's all filled out. Yeah, day 6. Day 6. Like, honestly, I really should cut all that bullshit out before I post these things on YouTube. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Nobody's watching me. Somebody's on Twitch, maybe. Maybe on Twitch. Shows 1 viewer. Something I don't understand. Why do I have viewers? I have viewers, and I ask if you're there, and nobody says anything. Are you like voyeurs? Is it? That's, you know what? That's kind of what I think about sometimes with these fucking live streams. It's like you just got voyeurs. I just want to watch you. I don't want to interact. I just want to watch you. Like, I'll ask people questions. I'll see that to like 3-4 people on TikTok, and I'll say, "Hey, anybody know what this is?" And then they just sit there. No one says anything. How would you join? Not saying anything. I'm not even getting trolls. I've gotten a few trolls. Somebody said Christ loves me earlier, but anyway. I am going to eventually get down here at the proper time, and I am going to not talk my way through it. I think that's what I'm going to try to do, make sure I do next week for sure, is to just get down here, do a quick little spiel on what we're doing, and just start doing the fucking workout. I keep saying that, and I never do it. I did it like the first few days, and it was awesome. It only took me like 40 minutes to get through the fucking workout. It'll take a little longer because we're doing 2 sets this time, but anyway, let me just double check my setup here. So I got DVD all queued up and ready to go. I just got to turn the DVD player back on. The speaker is on. I'm obviously recording. The microphone's on. I should check this to make sure earlier. All 3 phones are on. That phone is on mute. I don't have the 12 o'clock alarm on because it's not set up to turn back on tomorrow. Yeah, so that's good there. It's on mute. Music's queued up. I think we're good. Alright, so it's leg day, part 2. Last day for workouts this week. Tomorrow is a stretch day, the end of the week. Results day, all that fun stuff. Results day, results will be posted either tomorrow or Monday. Depends on which day gives you better results. Since today's the last actual workout day, I've said this a million times, but Sunday's the last, Saturday's the last workout day. Sunday's the rest day. Sunday's my weight and measurement day. But Monday, before I start working out, I double check to make sure the numbers are where I want them to be. Because again, your body fluctuates. Some days you walk up and you're like, oh, it doesn't change. And then the next day you get up and goes, oh, it's down a half an inch. For whatever reason. And again, your body's not going to get skinnier in a day. Body will be heavier or bigger because of certain factors, but it's not going to be smaller unless you're actually losing what you need to lose. You're not going to weigh less than you would on an empty stomach. Like empty, properly functioning body. If you're backed up, constipated, anything else, your bladder's full, you just ate breakfast, or you ate dinner late last night and it's still sitting there, all that stuff's going to make you weigh more than you actually weigh when you step on the scale. So I always double check the next day if the numbers aren't satisfactory, and then I post whatever's better. Because whatever's better is the correct one anyway. people like they go to these weigh-ins and stuff, the gym and stuff. Like, well, you went up a pound, you know. So well, you're not eating right. Well, gotta make sure we correct that. And then you go home, you step on the scale the next morning, and you're like 3 pounds less. So just because your weigh-in on Monday at the gym was wrong, you know, was up a pound, doesn't mean you actually went up a pound. Like, that's the thing. My mom kept saying, she was like, oh, every so often she would gain a pound or two. I'm like, well, we're going to the gym in the evening. So, I mean, and we ate before we came, so yeah, you could very well have put on some weight just from what you ate. It's stupid to do weigh-ins after you've done anything other than evacuate your bladder and bowels or whatever you need to do first thing in the morning. After you fasted, before you break your fast is when you should do your weigh-ins and stuff. That way your body is as empty as it possibly can be for that day. And then you do them. And I've also noticed that if I eat at a proper time in the evening, like I eat around dinner time, the next day, on Sunday, my weigh-ins are right about where they should be. However, since I usually work Saturday nights, and I stay out till like 10, 11 o'clock, I usually don't eat until 11, 12 o'clock, and then whatever I ate is still kind of settling in my stomach because I get like 6 hours later. You know, I don't go to bed, I'll go to bed at like 1, 2 o'clock after I've eaten, so everything's like settling. My body is resting, and it's like resting even more because I'm sleeping. So it's gone into sleep mode. So nothing is digesting properly because now I'm sleeping. So it's not completely digested and fueling my body because I just woke up, and so everything is just kind of sitting. So then I make sure on Sunday I eat around dinner time, then I don't eat again until the next morning, until after I do my weigh-ins. And it's like magic. I've lost 3 pounds. It's not magic. It's not anything trickery. No trickery there. It's just how it works. So yeah. All right. So what did I say? Week 10, day 6, leg day part 2. Today's the leg day warm up. Every TV goes off, tells me I'm talking too much. DVD player goes off, tells me I'm talking too much. But TV goes off too, that means I'm talking way too much. Warm up is the same warm up we do on leg day on day 3. And hip hop, abs, hips, buns, and thighs. And I think it's kind of, I don't know why I'm doing that on the fucking leg day. Extra fucking leg work. And then we are doing front squats, cable kickbacks, leg abductors, abductors, adductors, barbell hip raises, and donkey calf raises. That is the workout for today. Hopefully we can get through it in a decent amount of time without me stopping and talking more. I said enough already. I don't think I have any extra anecdotes that I want to share. Other than, oh, this is loading. Other than Texas just elected their first Mexican, the first Mexican-born female congresswoman. You haven't heard about it, most likely, because the news isn't going to spread it around because she's not a Democrat. If she was a Democrat, if she was on the left, she was liberal, whatever you want to call it, if she was not a Republican, it would be all over the news, and they would be praising this. They'd be like, oh, Texas is finally going in the right direction. You know, oh, this is the first Mexican-born, blah, 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 female congresswoman ever. Just like Kamala was the first non-white vice president ever. Nope. There's a Native American, half Native American, I think, back in the early 1900s, long time ago. So no, she wasn't. First female vice president, yeah. Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. Is that how you say it? Buttigieg? Buttigieg? Pete Buttigieg is not the first gay cabinet member. I love that. That fucking pissed me off. I laughed my ass off, but it pissed me off at the same time. All the fucking news stories. Biden picks the first ever gay cabinet member. Blah 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 blah. Pete Buttigieg. No, because Trump did that. Trump did it. Trump had a gay cabinet member. Openly gay. That was the thing. Openly gay cabinet member. But we're just gonna say it because it's Trump. He can't have any of the firsts. Anyway, it's loaded. I'm good. I need to shut up anyway. So, yeah. No more talking. I can't not talk. Oh. Are y'all ready to go? Come on, y'all. Let's rock it out. I'm here to make your ass. I'm gonna shoot it till tight and breathe. By the time you're done, that's all you need. Give hip hop ass all day long. Do I look skinnier? I look skinnier, don't I? A little bit. Hey, how you doing? My name is Sean T. Welcome to Hip Hop Ad. You know what? This is called Hip, Buns, and Ties, y'all. We're gonna work it out. You know what? So you can look cute in your jeans. Are you ready to go? Let's go. You know what? Step that right up. Just step. Now look, I got Tanya over here to my left. She's gonna give you beginning modifications for you. Okay? So if you're to listen, Tanya, it's good. Just go with her. Are we ready, y'all? Come on. Let's work the core, work the thighs. Here we go. Let's dip the low right here. Dip down. Come on, please. Now when you go down, I want you to bend the knees and tighten up your abs here, right? Let's add some arms in here. Push, pull, push, hit. Now when you pull, you really contract your obliques here. So let's go right here. Come on. Move to me. Let's move. Screw it. Remember, tighten low, push high. Go back for more. Come on, push. You got it, y'all? Hit. Come up again, yeah. You got it. Let's work it out. Move back. Come on. Just move and groove. Stay here. Now cross the arms. Look, I'm crossing and I'm bending at the knees and I'm hip hopping. Work. Come on, groove. Look, I'm tightening down, pushing down. 8 more right here. Go 8 and 7 and 6. Are you good? Are you ready to move? Move to me. Let's go. Move, hit, tighten up, bend your knees, work the quad, back down, push. You good? Hit it. Come on, go, push up and back. Come on, groove. Go back again. You got it. Hit, yeah. March it out right there. Come on, march. All right, good. Feeling good. Keep the core nice and tight. See, I'm just standing here. Just march it tight. March wide right here. March it out. Now, we're going to go into something called a rock. Just lifting your body, lifting your shoulder. Right and left, ready? Rock, right and left. Go push. Work out. And when your body goes down, tighten up the ass. You would like my breathing exercise. I said, yeah, go. Now, 4 more like this. Have fun with it, but keep your knees bent. Work. Give me 2, like this. Word. Yeah. Come on. Find your own groove. You got it in you. And push. Remember, work the ass, work the quad, and push. Come on. 4 more right here. 4. Let's add some arms, y'all. Put it up. 2 and 2. Spark. Get it, y'all. Big. Move, y'all. How we doing? Yeah, how we doing?
Push it up, 8 more. Remember, when your hand comes up, tighten up your ass, push. 4 more, here. You know what? I love to move left into the dance floor. Go, push, work, hit, move, come back now, go, hit. Are we good? Come on, move. Now remember, keep the knees slightly back right here. Push, move back, and go. Here we go, right here, basic bounce center. Come on, now look, I'm doing my basic bounce, tilt up tight, in the back, look. Breathe, everything's working here, come on. We're going into what I call the lower body groove. So we're gonna step out, but keep the knees bent, knees over ankles, right here, step right foot out, right here, groove, 7, 6, hey, bring it together, groove, come on. Now, when you come together, squeeze the inner thigh, stay bent, back, left out, push, stay down, work, yeah, bring it together, come on, hit, you can groove how you want, at your arms in, when we go down from the shoulders, go 8, hit, go, push, and just move it here, groove, how we doing, y'all, hit, go down again, come on, push, come on, all in the core, all in the quad, step up, right, now, do it again, look, 4 and 4, right here, look, we go 4, 3, drive the car, push out, oblique burst again, come on, hit, you got it, stay with, stay low, push it out, groove, yeah, how we doing, foot, hit, you know what, let's funk it out, 2 and 2, oblique, come on, 2, hit, go, work out, push, and, come on, get your quads in there, come on, y'all, push, come on, 4 moves, right here, go 4, are you in there? 2 more, right here, groove, hey, right center, right here, oh, I feel it, give me some skin, y'all, work it out, come on, feeling good, this is your time to shake your legs out, we're going to something called the heel toe, look, march wide right here, look, wide out, heel toe, right foot up and back like this, you gotta groove, and push, and groove, now what I want you to get used to is keeping that left knee back, okay, knee over the ankle, just dropping it here, lift, and back, keep it back, start to fire up that quadricep, right, we're gonna work the glutes too, go low right here, look, I'm going down, knee over ankle, and push. I'm turning my foot out here, but most of the weight is staying on my left side. So you keep this safe, okay? Don't put too much weight on your right knee. Stay here, okay? And push. Here we go. Stay here. Add your arms. Both arms up here. Triceps back. Push. And lift. You gotta feel the work. You know why? Because when I see you walking down the street, I want you to be like, I'm cute in my jeans, but and for sure, dig. You ready to go tempo? I can't hear you. You two, let's go tempo. Push, work. Come on, push it down. Dig it down. Come on. You feel it working? Fire it up. Fire it up. Come on, dig. That's 8. Come on, let's say 8 and 7. How many more, y'all? 4 and 3. Come on. What? March it out and burn. Work. Yeah. Come on. Now shake it out again. Shake it out. Look, I'm shaking. Do it. Yeah. Come on. Right, left. Now look. We gotta go to the other side. We can't walk lopsided. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stay center. Here we go. Look. Left leg up and back. Heel toe. Look. Heel toe. Groove. So now when the heel comes up tight. See, even when I'm standing low. I'm tight. Look. Sneak peek. Come down. And again, ready? So here. So what I need you to do is go up and down. Remember our form. Up. Knee over ankle. Up. Weight into the right side. Push. Turn out the left toe. Push. Are we good? 4 more. Go 4. And hit down. Hit. 2 more. We're going to funk it out in a minute. Hit the form. Make sure. Add your arms right here. Push and drop, y'all. Push and drop, y'all. Come on. Push and drop. Push. Triceps go back. Come on. 4 more. 2 more right here. Are we ready to go tempo? Let's work it out. Let's hit it. Push. Dig down. Work it out. Come on. Tighten up the ass. Exhale. Push it down. Last 8. Come on. Light it out. Push it down. Cute. Work it out. 4 more. And 3. And 2. March out. Whoa. All right. So we're feeling good. We got those legs nice and strong. But you know what? I'm going to march you wide right here. Because you know what's about to happen? I'm going to take your shakes right. Knees over the ankle, the foundation. Take it down and up right here. Go down and up right here. Go down and up. See? Knee over ankle and I'm pushing and I'm here. And guess what? I'm pushing my hips back and I'm gigging. Okay, come on. 4 more right here. Go 4 and 3. Now, let's go tempo right here. Push it. Funky out. Go in. Push. Now, when you come down, I want you to tighten up the core. But guess what? You gotta have a good time. But I don't want you to feel like you forget about your safety moves, okay? Knees over ankles. 4 and 3. You know what? Let's march it out, y'all. Are we feeling good? Come on, yeah. All right, so let's just groove here. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to take that march out wide again, okay? And when I introduce you now, plant the feet and come down low. Tighten up the core. Arms up. Crunching your arms down to the right side. Here we go. Up and center. Now, as I do this, I'm going into my tilt tuck and tighten back to let you know, you'll get to know very well, okay? Get it lower into that spot. You got it? Push down. And here we go. We're going to start to bring our elbows to our knees. Look, punch down and up and push and up. We keep on moving and sit to the spot. A little more so we can work those buns. Come on. And push. Do you feel it? And go. How about 1 more? Good? Watch out right here. All right. Good. Now we're going to go back down into that. What we're going to do is we're going to do something that are a little lower to the floor. So make sure you use your core for our time, okay? So here we go. Go back to that position. Come a little lower. Bring your arms up here. Now, left hand goes to the floor. Ready? Push. Touch it. Come center. And touch. And you can rock it and squeeze the oblique. How we doing, y'all? Come on. And give it. And work it. And push it. All right, get your rear nice and far back. But guess what? Let's go. Tempo right here. Tempo work. Yeah, I'm peeking at you. I can still see you work. Come on. And dig. And go. Come on. Last 8. Can we get 8 more? Yeah. Go 4 and 3. You know what? Let's watch it out right here. Word. Oh, my hands and shake it out. Shake it out. Good. Now, we're going to some lunges, okay? We got a couple things to remember. Knee over ankle, hip over knee. I'll tell you more about it in a second. But what I need you to do, give me a step back right here. Look, just move back. Hey, work it out. Now, each time you go side to side, you can work that oblique. Here and here. Now, start to bring the arms in like this. Just move, nice and easy. Good. Never do it like this. Let's go down. Look, push, drop, and drop. Now, remember I was talking about knee over ankle and hip over knee? Look, I can point it out. So I'm coming here. Look, knee over ankle, boom, hip over knee, drop it, push. Ready? Come on. 2 more. Let's go. Push. Hold. Funky and up. Work. Hit again. Hit. Come on. Any more? Push it down. Work. Now, we're going to stay in this just for a little bit longer. Can we do it? Come on, hip hop agile. Go. Up your butt. Tighten up those abs. Tighten up. Yeah. Go. Come on. Last 4, 4, 3, 2. Watch it out right here. Oh, y'all like my lunges? Yeah. Feels good. All right, now. Listen. Take your feet wide. Turn your body to the right side. Now, really hip over knee. Right here. Knee over ankle. Hips, up and back. Look. Up and back. Here. And back. Come on. Go up and back. So I'm lifting. Up and back. Just up and back. Up. 2 more. Up and back. Now listen. Roll the hips to me. Straight circle. Roll around. There, roll. Then when you come in under. Then look at it. All engaged into a little while. Work. So again, come on, ready? So here we go. Now, take the hips forward, back a little faster. Look. Hips and back. Hips and back. Hips and back. 4 more. Right here. Go forward. Hip over knee. Right? And roll it out. Let's go. Open up. Hip it out. Work. You're working those obliques. 4 and 3. And watch it right and left. I feel that. Loosen up now. That's called that. faster. That time you can start that. You got it. I'll tell you about that later too. So come on. Let's turn our body to the other side. Because you know what? You gotta do it, y'all. So here we go. And 4. Hip over knee. Knee over ankle. Hips up and back. So up and back. Sweep up and back. Don't be afraid to put your hand in your stomach. Just feel around. Just look at how that's working. But guess what? You're getting long lean while you're at the same time. Here we go. Ready? Tick, tick, and roll. I said roll, and roll, and. Now I know it's a little sexy, but when you put those jeans on, you're going to feel sexy, girl and boy. Come on. And here. Okay, work. Are you ready? Hips up and back. Tempo. Don't forget about the ass. And tighten. And groove. And work. Come on. And hit it. Yeah, come on. Push. Now circle out. Tempo. Dig out. And hit it. Sweep the shit out. And out. 4 more. Go 4. And 3. What? And march it out. Yeah. I feel like you do a little that in the pot too. I'm going to keep it here like this. Okay, so come on. Alright, now what we're trying to do, bring our feet together, because we're going to do some leg raises that's really going to help you hit. And a thigh squeeze. Arms to the left. Ready? Back to foot. Push it out. Go do this and go. Every time you come back down, you want to bend your knee. Good quad work there. Okay, now, when you bring it in, I want you to squeeze the inner thigh. Do you guys feel that? Come on. Squeeze. And now. Come on, give me 8 more. 8 more. Come on. 8. And then, come on, stay with me, push. Next to foot, up and down. I only want 4 more like this, and guess what? We're gonna go hip hop and stop. Okay, we're working that oblique too. Ready? 5 and 6. Ready, y'all? Tempo, go, work, push, dig out, then yeah. Go here, come on. You got it. Work through, push. Hey, go. 4 more right here. Go 4 and 3 and 2. Watch it out. Oh, you know what? I was feeling that. You feel good? Now we gotta go to the other side. Remember, in the thigh squeeze, every time you come together, flex that foot and squeeze that oblique. Ready? Here we go. Feet together. Arm to the left side. Here we go. Ready? Take it up. Flex it. And go. Work. And swing that hip. Boom. Ooh. Just slim it. You can put your hands here. Just to feel how that's working. Remember, bend the knee. Let's go again. Push. Come on. Keep it there nice and slow. Now, squeeze the glute as you lift. So you can wrap it all around there. It's wrapping. Oh my goodness. That feels so good. It wraps like me. Right around those abs. I'm right around those abs every day. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. Ready? Tempo. Let's work it out. Push. Go. And dig it out. Say yeah, y'all. Say yeah, y'all. Come on, push. Are we there? We got it. Work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, how did that feel? Hey. Now listen, grab your mat because we're going to go to the floor so you can do some more hits, buns, and thighs. Hey. Are you ready for some more hips, buns, and thigh action? Well, let's go into the tabletop right here. Okay, now listen. I want you to come with a flat back. Make sure your shoulders, elbows, and wrists are in line. Get the knee in, tighten the stomach. Let's go to a leg. Let's back now. Push and back. Just extend foot. Come on. Use those buns and push it. Have some fun. Come on. You gotta keep that form, okay? Very important for you to keep your form. Dig in here. Push and back. And good. Now keep going here. Come on. Go back and in. Squeeze. Come on. Squeeze it, and back, and push. Can I get 4 more, y'all? 4, and back. You got it. 3, 2 more here. Here's 2. Right here. Now listen. I need you to just hold it back, y'all. Hold it back and squeeze. Just squeeze that glute. Make it rock hard. So you can look good and feel good. Now, start to poke that heel to the ceiling. And press. And dig. Keep going here. Come on. Push and push. Are you feeling good? Do you feel that burn? Come on, lift. And up. And lift. And up. Keep going. Lift. Push. Keep those abdominals nice and tight. Come on, give me 8 more. And 7. And 6. Come on. 4 more right here. Go 4. And 3. You know what? I want you to hold again. Feel the burn. Hold up. Now listen, squeeze your foot into the other side of the body. So you kind of bring your glutes together and you squeeze it and you work it. Come on, push and push. Are your abdominals engaged? Come on, keep that flat back. Push, tighten up, and go, and push. Come on, and dig, come on, and keep it going, work, and give it, come on, push, keep going. How we feeling, y'all? How we feeling? Let's hold it here, hold it, hold and squeeze. You gotta hold and squeeze, come on, tighten it good. Now listen, start to bend the leg up, You wanna have your leg coming 90 degrees, and you need to adjust yourself, just to make sure everything is in line. Now, push the heel to the ceiling, go, press, and lift, and go, come on, and dig, and go. How do we feel? Come on, feeling good, push, go, come on, 4 more, right here, 4 and 3. You know what? I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Keep going, go, come on, yes, 4 and 3. Now you can stop. Now come into child's pose, quick rest. But you know what? Don't stay down there too long because we got more working out to do. Lift up, jump, other knee, and push, leg press, push, and back. Oh yeah, we got another side to our body, y'all. We got a BQ and bleed fly. I said bleed fly, I meant beach fly. Come on, and go, come on, lift, and go. You got it. Come on, push. Can you keep that going for me? Can you squeeze? Come on, just squeeze it. Look at my buns if you need to. They're there to help you out. Come on, and dig, and work, and push. Come on, give me 4 more. I said 4. Are you guys ready to move on? Well, then give me 2 more then. Come on, here we go. Now, hold it back there now. Just hold and squeeze, hold and squeeze. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Get abdominals are tight, and let's start to pulse it up to the ceiling. Lift and squeeze. You know what? That burn feels so amazing to me. I don't know what to do with myself. So come on, let's keep going. Come on, lift and squeeze. Come on, go 4 and 3. Now look, hold it here. Come on, hold. Now we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're going to start to squeeze our glutes together right here. Let's squeeze them in. Press and press. You guys feel that? You feel that working? Come on. Feel it burn. I told you that lactic acid was the most amazing acid you ever see. Feel in your body. Come on. Go. And press. Now, I want you to hold it there. Hold and squeeze. Dig it out. 4 more right here. Go 4 and 3. Now what I need you to do is bend your knee again. Bend it up. Push to the ceiling. Come on, make sure you have that 90-degree feel, okay? Now hold it. Find the position. Press up to the ceiling. Let's go. Come on. And press. Keep going. How we feeling? Push. You know what? Keep going. Come on. Dig through. Work it out. Come on. We got it. You know what? That's it. Can we do it, y'all? Hey. Tighten up. Squeeze. 4 more right here. 4 and 3 and 2. Release, child pose. That felt amazing. Are you good? Well, you know what? It's time to stretch. So come up right here. Come up. All right. Now look. We're going to stretch it down. I said work. Now, stretch out those feet. Take that deep breath out. This is a fierce workout, so you might as well get into it every day. So come down, touch those toes right here, touch your toes. If you're not as flexible, it's okay to come here. You can watch it. That's where you need your shins. Whatever feels comfortable. So you got that? Here we go. Now, take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale down. Round the back to lay down. Your abdominals are engaged still. Feel good? Now, bring that leg closer to me and pull it into your chest. And you start to...
Okay, that's done. Anyway, nobody's here. Oh, my son's texting me. Probably in response to TikTok or something I sent him. Let's see here. he's coming over. Okay. I guess he's coming over. Anyway, so yeah, let's turn the music on and get going. Who are you? Who is this? Start here. Hi. I'll do the weight thing since I'm over here. Alright, so starting with front squats, we had 55 pounds on the first set last week, 60 on the second. We're keeping it at 60. So 20-pound bar, I need 40 pounds on there. Not my headache with a weight on its own. Hit my neck when I woke up. Now it's coming back. Alright. Alright, so front squat, difference between that back squat, a regular squat. This one, behind your back, front squat, you're holding it here. Just shifts the weight, the balance a little bit, works the leg a little bit differently. So, alright, anyway. Even more importantly on this one, I mean, it's always important, but you need to make sure your hands are dead center. Because you're just holding it up with your hands and your shoulders, your collarbone. You need to make sure. This one gives you a little more balance to get it situated properly, but here, not so much. First set, 60 pounds, 15 reps. I know my rule typically says 5 pounds per side on squats, but that would mean I would keep the same. But I think I can do more. But I think the 10 pounds is a little bit too much for right now. Because the last couple were kind of, I was like, starting to feel it. Feeling like I could do more, but can't. I'm going to cheat on my rule. I'm going to go 65. I know Wednesday I messed up on my rule. But I don't know, kind of iffy on this one. So we'll go middle ground. Nothing wrong with that. Do what you can, make it work, get it done. Okay, second set we're going 65 pounds on purpose. Alright, that was definitely the right decision. Definitely. I probably could have done the 70, but with the headache, so we'll go ahead and go to 70 next week. So I know I could push it a little harder. You know, that was the right decision for today. Alright. Strip your weights off. Alright, so the next three exercises are going to be on the resistance machine with the ankle braces. So I'll put those on now. I gotta move that bar. Probably should. I think it'd be a good idea. Takes 2 seconds to set back up. Takes less time to set that back up. Let's put these ankle braces on. Or whatever, ankle straps on. Alright, starting with cable kickbacks. We did 45 pounds of resistance on the first set last week, 45 on the second set. We're going to 50 this time. I gotta check something. My son hasn't had a car for the last couple weeks. I know he was supposed to be getting one. I don't know if he said, can I come over, or I am coming over. On my way over. Okay. So he got his car. Alright. Oh, I can't wait till next week when I get that other... He's already here. I think he heard me. Can't believe I'm excited to get another old phone. Instead of a new phone. Kinda wish I would have gotten a 4 instead of a 5 just because the 4 has an SD card slot. But I have a 4 with an SD card slot. I have my 9 Plus with an SD card slot. And since the 5 is just for doing live, it's the only fucking reason I got it. There's no fucking reason for it. So, then again, that way I don't have that fucking Instagram one back there. My phone being taken up space. Or being used for this. So I can have it down here in case I need to do something. Alright, anyway, so yeah. I could go up to 55 on that, but there were a few of them, especially near the end on my left leg. I wasn't quite getting it all the way out. So we'll keep it at 50. One more set. So 50 pounds, 15 reps per set. We'll keep it at 50 for the second. Almost every. Yeah. Tell you right now, that 50-pound resistance band is actually 225 inside a rubber container, rubber sleeve. I really wish we could find two more 50-pounders. They said there is the 5-pounders, 10, 10, 25, and the 50, and then there's 2 open slots in front of it for some reason. I think it was in case you wanted to expand it and add a couple more. But the company no longer exists. I think it's owned by another company now, but I'm sure those bands, the same bands are being used on other things. But whatever. Alright, anyway, second set, 50 pounds, 15 reps, and we'll go 55. Next week, we'll give it a shot. We'll throw an extra 5 times. So that second time too felt exactly the same way as the first one. So, all right. So I would switch the order of these just because of the weight. Then again, I've already surpassed the other weight. So a couple weeks ago they were running the same. The Adductors and the Kickbacks were running about the same weight. But now I am up to, like I said, I did 50 pounds today, and the adductor number will be 40 pounds, so I gotta change it anyway. So, but anyway, abductors, this is the outer swing. Again, abs, hip flexors, hips, abductors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, we had 20 pounds on the first set last week, I think. Yeah, 20 pounds on the second, and we are keeping it at 20 pounds today. Okay, so 20 pounds. Okay, so 20 pounds the first rep, first set, 15 pounds. 20 pounds in the first set, 15 reps. 20 pounds, 15 reps in the first set. Oh, I can't say it right. Now, here's one of those other issues where my right leg is ready to go up to 25. My left isn't quite ready yet. So, because my left is not ready yet, the right doesn't get done. The other side of your body, your weaker side of the body, weaker muscle to catch up to the stronger muscle on the other side of the body before you move on. So we're going to keep it at 20 for now. We'll see how it goes from there. Okay, anyway, 20 pounds second set, 15 reps, and we're going to keep it at 20 for next week. The left leg just does not like it. Doesn't like that exercise. Okay, so adductors, inward swing. Now again, I do half in front. Do half in front. I do step forward and I do half behind. Now, it feels different. I can tell you right now that the behind ones are easier than the front ones. So it does work a little bit differently. So I do them both. And again, I could make a separate exercise and just do in front and do behind, but how I've been always doing it, and I never thought about making a separate exercise until I started talking to you guys about it. Or you guys, since nobody's ever here. At least at some point, somebody will watch this all the way through. They'll see me talking to them. Alright, so, adductors. We did 35 in the first set, 35 in the second set. Last week, we're going to 40. see who it is. What's up, Todd? What's up, Todd? Alright, so second set, 40 pounds, 15 reps. We'll keep it at 40. Last little bit of swing. Even on the back ones, a little hard to do. The back ones are easier. So we'll keep it at 40. Make sure I'm comfortable. My foot's too close, I hit it. Foot's too far back, I'm like leaning wrong. Gotta make sure I'm lined up properly too. Right. For the best benefit of pulling it here and getting it out that way. Okay, second set, 40 pounds, 15 reps. We're going to keep it the same, and I have to keep it before I put that barbell across my hip. Okay, you'd think I would just take the damn soap and it back in the bathroom. Or just get a I gotta go to Walmart and get a refill. Somebody's new. I'll go to Walmart and get a refill because Giant Eagle doesn't have the kind. I use the milk and golden honey. Been using it forever. And even though Giant Eagle has all this soft soap, they never had that. I don't see it on the shelf. They had the little ones. They never had the big container. But Walmart usually has it. And they have the off brand. The Great Value brand, whatever the fuck it's called. Equate or something. I don't know. Anyway, barbell hip raises, getting it set up here. And I remembered I got to weigh this down. Remember, I arched my back. That way. It's annoying as fuck. Alright, anyway, we did 35 pounds on the first set, 40 on the second, we're doing 40 again, so I'll grab my 10-pound straight bar and then 30 pounds. Put all their gears right there. Okay. 10-pound bars, 15 pounds on each side, 30 pounds, it's 40. Yeah, that's like right on my bladder. I would have pissed myself probably. Okay. Oh. Excuse me, sir. Alright, first set, 40 pounds, 15 reps. Let's go 45. No, it's not a lot. I don't know. It's still something. Yeah, I should just use a quick glance. Like I was doing. They don't make it tight. I don't like when they're loose. At least when you have the bar down here. It makes the shift once you take the clamp off. It's this way when it's on the ground. Tighten them and they're nice and straight, good, and other than this crappy bar that, you can see that, right? I don't know if you can see that now. Shitty ass fucking cat bar. Don't buy this bar. This 3-piece bar at Walmart from Cat. I'm not gonna, I won't put a lot of weight on here. I'm surprised I'm putting this much on here. Known better when the thing was coming in 3 pieces. I thought maybe they were going to twist together and lock into place or something. Stupid little fucking, like, hammer-in clips that don't hold it nice and neat, nicely. They're a bitch to get in the first place. They are on both sides. I did get them lined up perfectly. It still doesn't do it. Also, they can make a smaller package. So just making a fucking long 5 feet. I don't know why. They worried about making the package small. They could just made a 5 feet bar and put a package on it. Put it in a package. I guess what I get for trying to be cheap and buying a 30-pound bar. Although their dumbbells are great. Their dumbbell bars are great. They're heavier than they should be, but they work out for my half weights. With 15, 20, I have 17 and a half. 20, 25, I got 22 and a half. You put 20-pound plate weights on them, I got 22 and a half. So, or 2 10-pound plate weights, I got 22 and a half. So. Works out that way, but still, they're 2.5 pounds each. This thing weighs probably about 2.5 pounds itself, 2-3 pounds. Fucking 3 pieces. Stupid. Maybe I get lucky next time I go to the gas station, I'll find a solid straight bar. Small solid. I know I got that one. I just don't like moving the big 7-foot one around. Have to. Got that one, but it's all rusty and shitty. That one also weighs 20. It's 5 feet. This is 4 feet. Is this 4 feet? I think it's 4 feet. 4 feet bar. Yeah, that one's 5 feet. This one's 4 feet. I don't know, I'll have to measure. I'll measure when I'm done with my set. Got a tape measure right there. Probably one over there too. Alright, anyway, second set, 45 pounds. I'm wasting time. I got one exercise left after this. I'm 5'7". Oh yeah, that's 5 feet. That's definitely 5 feet. My mom stands about right here. Honestly, I think it's a little longer than 5 feet. Oh no, it's the same line as the other one. Easy bar, that's 4 feet. Yeah, wasn't completely like rusted out. It's like rusty to like powder. I never probably cleaned it off. It would just be like rusty. Colored. You get a grinder and sand it down, make it pretty here. That'd be another 20-pound bar. Straight bar that's solid without the twisty shit in the side. But then again, it doesn't have stops in the center. Like this here. It's got the stop like molded in it for the weight to stop on. That one has, I don't know if you can see with the red thing on the end of it there. In the corner, I'm not sure. It's in the corner, it's got a bar, and just above the picture, it's got a little red clasp thing. Like you got to use a pair of pliers to tighten down both the inner side to keep it from going that way, and the outer side to hold the weights on. You gotta like wrench the fucking thing down every time. So yeah, no, that wouldn't work at all. Because if it actually had stoppers on what it's supposed to, this little thing would be sliding. Granted, I could just wrench down the pieces. I could wrench down the inner pieces as tight as possible so that it doesn't slide back and forth. Then I could just use the quick clamps on the outside. Either way, I would need to like pressure wash it and clean the shit out of it. Pressure wash it. I haven't used this shit yet. I couldn't even coat it. It has some of that Rust-Oleum stuff. It's like that brown, antique bronze stuff. I'm getting ideas. Anyway, it's kind of like almost no different than these powder coated things, I think. If I do that, wouldn't it be the same? It'd be kind of the same, wouldn't it? Powder coated, it'd be powder coated. I think. Similar. Alright, anyway, so 45 pounds on that. 15 reps. We'll keep it at 45 pounds for next week. No, fuck that. We'll go to 50 pounds next week on that. I'll probably start using this stuff as well. A little cushion. It's not like nothing wrong with using cushions. Use cushions on everything else. Cushions on your sit on the cushion, get a cushion for your knees, get a cushion for your back, cushion for your leg lifts, your leg curls, your leg extensions. There's no reason not to cushion anything else that's, going to have an issue. There's something pressing into your body that you don't want to. Anyway, last exercise, donkey calf raises. Okay, now again, I do this with I don't have a donkey calf raise machine, obviously. So I do this with a standing calf raise block that I made. Kind of proud of it. Nothing special, but I like it. And it works. And then I just put the bar down here, balancing the bar, put myself in an L shape. And I use a dip belt with a hanging weight. It works. Eventually, maybe I'll get like big enough, strong enough, pretty enough that I can get a couple pretty girls to sit on my back while I do it, like Arnold did. Or like the one-time picture he has where he has like 4 other bodybuilders like on his back, or at least gym employees or something. Like he has one like on like horseback, one right behind him, and another guy like standing up, holding on to them on both sides, and he's doing donkey calf raises. That's some nasty ass calves. Alright, so anyway, so I'll show you how to position the donkey, the dip belt to do this way, if you haven't already been watching me. So we did 20 pounds in the first set, 25 pounds in the second set. Again, I'm doing this double leg, you know, typical. Say there are times you can get away with doing single legs on your calf raises if you don't have a machine, especially if you're using a dip belt. Like when I'm doing my standing calf raises, I'm using more weight. I am double the weight on the standing calf raises. But eventually that's going to be a bitch to start moving around with all that weight dangling. You know, you're like, long over there. Get to where you need to be. If anybody's used a dip belt, I'm sure you understand that. So, if at all possible, you have the option, if you can't, to do a single leg standing calf raise or even donkey calf raise with it, and then you can use less weight because now you're lifting twice as much of your body weight on one leg, and all your body weight on one leg versus a split between the two. So anyway, I like to try my best to make sure that I'm doing this on the bench, so I'm not like bending over and trying to stand up with my knees jutting out of my toes and risk injuring myself and trying to stand up with all this weight on me. The problem is, you don't pay attention to what you're doing, you start talking to people on the internet, your belt falls down. So, you gotta make sure your belt's where it needs to be before you put the weight on. So, you put your weight on. You can't really see me very well, but put your weight on. And you strap it to the other side. That's that. You got your weight. Voila. Alright, now, the standing calf raises, or doing your pull-ups, chin-ups, your dips, whatever it's called, a dip belt, or dips, weighted dips. This is fine right where it is, okay? But for your donkey, if you're doing this for donkey calf raises, you can't have it up here because you don't have the weight positioned over where it needs to be, okay? Just exaggerate this and say I have the belt up around my chest. Obviously, you know that's not going to do shit for me in this position, right? You know, because it's here, not down here. But here, it's your butt that's going straight up, not your lower back. So, as soon as you get yourself into position, figure out your right position here, which is, I think that's about right. You'll want to adjust this a bit, just the top of your buttocks. Your buttocks. I got shot in the buttocks, sir. And then now, the weight's not going to fall down, because it's still up here, but now it's right above, it's dangling right above where it needs to be. when you stand up, you gotta make sure you hold it, or else it'll slip down. Depends on the size of your butt pumps. If you got a bubble butt, probably won't fall off. Alright, I'm going to keep this the same so I'm not taking it off. It's not heavy enough for me to worry about moving around with it. Alright. First set, 25, 15 reps. Obviously, we'll keep that 25. The next set, I'm just going to give that a minute here. Donkey calf raises. It's an extra stretch that gets you. Okay, on to the second set. Last three. I'm going to take the big belt off, see? Just don't hit yourself in the nuts with the chain. Or the hoo-ha, whatever. Whatever you got down there. Because it'll hurt either way. Either way, it's done. Now, wait away. That's that. Harder. This way. Put the barbell back up. Okay, I didn't write this down, did I? Nope. Alright, so 25 pounds. In the second set, 15 reps. I'm gonna go up to 30. Last ones are hard. They burn, but they weren't bad enough that I need to keep it the same. Headache's starting to go away though. That's good. Yeah, I really wish I would have thought about that. I have like 6 things of that Rust-Oleum. They're like antique rub bronze or something like that. That's the color. It doesn't matter what the color is, but it's the Rust-Oleum stuff I bought because I was going to pressure wash and spray the old furniture. Patio furniture. Then I realized the pressure washer that I bought for that purpose, nothing wrong with it, it's just not high pressure enough to get off all the old paint and shit. So, and then I couldn't find new, because this thing was old. The set was old and had vinyl, ugly ass vinyl sunflower pattern bullshit. So I couldn't find cushions. Then I thought about it. I figured out I had to find cushions online because of the size of the cushions. I thought about adding up all of the cushions and all of the paint, of course I already bought the paint, was going to cost me more than the new patio set. Plus, I had to buy more feet for the bottoms because they had little plastic capped feet things and they were falling apart. The thing was old, So I said, fuck it, and I put it on the curb and just bought a hammock, put it on my porch. Then I used one or two of the cans to spray paint my son's bed frame, which actually made it turn out really nice. Somebody painted it, not a ass color. It's wood. Like it's a wood. I don't want to say it's a sleigh bed, but it has a solid headboard and a solid footboard. And somebody painted it this ugly ass, like puke brown color, like this diarrhea color, literally. Ugly. So I spray painted that color. Now it has this nice little sheen to it. It looks really nice with the flooring that I have upstairs. If you see in my TikToks, you know the flooring I have upstairs. And it's nice because it offsets the brighter blue colors in there too in the room. So yeah. So maybe I can utilize that. It's just that it's also 20 pounds, and this one's 20 pounds, and the awkwardness of moving this around is too full. It's heavy. Again, it's only 20 pounds, but it's heavy and it's long, so it's kind of awkward for me to like take this and then move it around over here. I gotta make sure I don't hit that. Make sure I don't come over here too far. Hit that. Make sure I don't hit the light. I gotta move it that way for some reason. You know. It's not a big. It may look. Somebody commented, "Oh, I wish I'm jealous of Americans who have all this room to have their own home workout center." This is a small room. Like literally, what you're seeing is 99% of the room. It's just a full basement in a less than 1,000 square foot house. It's not huge. I mean, there's about 3 feet behind this. Behind the phone, where the phone is. The laundry room's over there. Granted, I understand Europeans have small houses and stuff. Some of them, most of them. I don't know. I'm assuming he was European. But usually just like a bedroom, kitchen, living room combination. They don't all have basement. Maybe that's what he means. I don't know. Whatever. But I used to install Dish Network, and I walked into people's basements to hook up all their shit. And I walk in, I'm like, things like, it's like fucking 12-foot fucking ceilings in the basement. You know, unfinished basement too. It's like 12-foot ceilings. I'm like, or even the finished basements go down. Some they have theater rooms and other shit. Like I go in the basement thinking I could just kind of sit my tippy toes and do these little fucking things like this, you know, with clips and shit. Like there's actually a cable right here. But no, go down this 12 feet ceilings, like fine, I go back upstairs with my fucking ladder. So yeah, this is what, 8 feet? Can't be 8 feet, 7 feet. It's 8 feet, isn't it? I'm 5'6", 5'6", 5'7", 5'7". That can't be. Is that where it is? My elbow? That's not 2.5 feet, is it? $32, be 2.5, no, 30. Why is it counted? That's 2.5 feet. Now, elbow to my fingers is about 16 inches. 7 feet. You watch me do stupid shit. 'Cause I'm inquisitive. Now I can't grab the thing. I can't lock it. However, and where it's no, don't move. It's moving. Yeah, it's not even 7 feet. You can see the 6. You see the red line there. So the red line is going to be that one. 80 inches. So yeah, it's 7 feet. You include this. So yeah. Okay, now we know. Now you know. My basement is 7 feet. So, in case you needed that for any reason. Alright. Get to my spiel. TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. All the same usernames. If you want to check out the other channels, by all means go ahead. Instagram has a bunch of my drawings and paintings, tie knots that I did when I wore ties, some pictures of me and my kids, dog and shit like that. Mostly the other stuff, but paintings and stuff, a lot of tie knots. Did a different every day for like 2 months with a different tie, because I have like so many ties. But it has the current comparison, weekly comparison with the before picture. So the last one has the 2 months, so it's got the start, 1 month, 2 months. It also has the highlight reels and the weekly highlight reels and the weekly update videos that I put on TikTok. Which they also those also go to Twitter and to Facebook as well. At least most of them do. I believe, as long as I click the buttons right and post it right, it does. If I share the videos from TikTok to Instagram, I can share them on Facebook. But if I can share them in Twitter, yeah, share them on Twitter. However, if I upload the video from my phone storage to Instagram, I can't share it on Twitter. But I can share them all on Facebook, so whatever. All those videos probably have couples, other things I don't really care about, like some funny memes or something, are public on my Facebook page. Everything else is private. You go to my Facebook page and add me. I don't know you. I will not add you back. I will not accept your friend request. Just because it's Facebook. There are plenty other options to follow me on if you want to follow me and communicate with me. YouTube gets all the workout videos, so if you're watching right now, we'll go to YouTube. As soon as I get it edited and all the text over the screen shit, so I'll see what I'm doing full time. They go into the workout folder. Every video that I post on TikTok and the fitness journey playlist and the highlight reel goes onto YouTube as well in the fitness journey playlist on there. Twitch is just Twitch, just live stream on there. And then TikTok is my main account where everything goes first, and I kind of basically just said where it goes, what goes on it, and everything else. You know, TikTok for me is I just make videos, a lot of political stuff, a lot of anti-racism, anti-hate stuff, anti-bullying stuff. I haven't seen a lot of bullying stuff come across my page a lot, so I haven't made a lot of anti-bullying ones. I try to be funny, make some funny stuff, not that funny. Interesting things, movies, comics, things like that, mostly political stuff and then this stuff, which obviously goes into my fitness journey playlist and the highlight reel playlist. So that's where those are. And if you would like to communicate with me, any comments, questions, or concerns, whatever platform you're on, by all means, you can send me a message. Well, I won't respond to DMs unless I talk to you first. Just saying. So you can post a comment on one of my videos, posts, pictures, whatever. That's fine. I would prefer if you went to TikTok and commented on one of my videos in my fitness journey playlist, or the highlight reel playlist, or use the Q&A feature. That way I can make a video response to your question or concern or whatever. Yeah, kind of stumbled through that one, but I think I got everything in there. So that's it. Bye-bye. I said bye-bye.